Well, welcome back to the Belgrade Arena and the 2012 Men's European Handball Championship. Paul Bray here with you for our third game of the day in the main round. It's the top of the table clash between Serbia, the host, and Germany. Both have taken maximum points through to the preliminary round into the main round, and victory here today would put either team with 1 foot in a semi-final, at least in control of their own fate. Well, earlier today Sweden surrendered an 11-goal lead in the first game of the day, half-time leading comfortably, but in the end it was a tie, 29-all with Poland, while Denmark picked up their first points in the main round with a dramatic last-second win against Macedonia. But still, these two teams are top of the table. There's Martin Heuberger, the German coach, his first major competition for the German team, although it's not a big change for them. He was assistant to his predecessor Heine Brandt for many years. Heine Brandt stepping down after Germany's 11th place at the World Championships last year. He'd been in charge for many years. Germany, of course, World Champions 2007, European Champions 2004, and an Olympic silver medal in 2004 as well. But since then, I'm afraid, they've gone through the doldrums, but they've surprised everyone here. They lost on the opening day of the competition against the Czech Republic, and some thought that might be it. But then they've won all their matches since. So here we go then, Serbia throw off this clash. At the top of the table, playing from right to left in the red shirts and blue shorts, Germany in the white tops and black shorts. And a passionate crowd here in the Beogradska Arena. They've moved in here since the preliminary stages. This will be the venue also for the semi-finals and finals. And just a little bit of mopping needed. The referees inserted for today's match from Norway, Kenneth Abrahamsen and Arne Christiansen. Hugely experienced pairing, and they are going to be needed. The hall is heaving to the rafters, and predominantly with Serbian supporters, as you can probably gather. Well, Germany, after that defeat against the Czech Republic on the opening day, won just against Macedonia 24-23, and then comfortably dispatched Sweden 29-24. While the Serbs, well, they had great wins over Poland and then a real ambush on Denmark, where they scored 2 in the last minute to take both points off them before they drew against Slovakia in a match without consequence. The Slovakians already out of the competition, and those results weren't going to be carried forward. Passive play's been called. Stojkovic into the wing. Thought he'd got to it, Heine Vetter, but he couldn't. Comes around the outside. He just got his heel to it, and they've lost the ball again. Nikčević is away. And 2 quick hits for the Serbians. Huge cheer from the crowd. 2-0. Well, that was nice and quick. Prodanovic, Nikčević. Well, you're allowed to change 2 players. We see a replay. Prodanovic giving a good old Serbian welcome to Uwe Gensheimer, the German winger. Little handoff. Given away by Kaufmann. Back come the Serbians. 2 minutes in, already 2 up. No way through there, and they'll come back for the free throw. Kaufmann reflects on that mistake back at the other end. Top scorer, well, second top scorer, I beg your pardon, for Germany with 14. Gensheimer's got 15 now. Kaufmann, who plays for Flensburg in the German Bundesliga. Little handoff. Looking for the wing, and second line player's gone in. Nikčević is there as well. And Ilić sent flying. The Serbian captain being dragged to the floor there, of course, well known to his opponents here today. He plays for Kiel, the team currently top of the German Bundesliga. He's not the only one exiled in Germany. Žarko Sisum, the left back, who would be his cover, all play at centre. Also plays for Rhein-Neckar Löwen. Interestingly, the Serbians have started with Manojlovic in the middle rather than Čutura. They've actually made some changes. You're allowed to change 2 players between the preliminary round and the main round. That sails well past. And they have called in Momir Renic, left back who plays for Göppingen in Germany, and Petar Nenadic, who wasn't named initially simply because he was injured, but his back injury evidently recovered because the playmaker has been called in. They replaced Kostadinovic, who hasn't really played very much here, the right winger, and Vukovic, who injured his left ankle in the second game and couldn't continue. Nenadic, who plays for Team Tvis Holstebro in Denmark. There is a central defender for Germany, number 4, Oliver Rogic, looking for the line, and once more they can't quite get it through to Stojkovic, the industrious line player for Serbia, who plays his club handball in Poland. It's clipped off and saved by Silvio Heinevetter, the 27-year-old keeper. He's taken over as the number 1 choice for Germany since the retirement of the legendary Johannes Bitter after the World Championships last year. And so Germany on the attack. They've settled those early jitters when they gave away 2 cheap balls and got hit on the break by Prodanovic and Nikčević. Glandorf into the wing. Glandorf again. Tries to shoot and it goes wide. No, it didn't come off a defender, says the referee in answer to a question. Oh, quick shot taken right through the goalkeeper. No one went up. And Manojlovic just helps himself. Well, why not? And Vukovic, the Serbian coach, throws his arms in the air. Great player in his day, a line player. Vukovic, Olympic champion in '84, world champion in '86 with the old Yugoslavia. Little handoff, Glandorf comes around and he got a free throw and a yellow card as well. There is Vukovic again, who took over since the World Championships last year. Serbia finishing 10th. Hadn't been on the podium really, but not as Serbia. Whereas the former Yugoslavia, they were 3rd in the European Championships in 1996. Was the last success you could talk of. And there is Stanic, 46% save rate in the competition, absolute hero for Serbia. Fantastic arena. It's going to be a wonderful finale here, especially if Serbia can surprise and come through. The big pre-tournament favourites haven't delivered. France and Denmark through to the main round, but both have gone through with 0 points after losing their key game. Sweden is struggling as well. Stojkovic, 4-0. Well, Heinevetter thought that was in the area, I think. And a dreadful start by the Germans. Oh, was he saying too many steps in the lead up to it, I wonder? Stojkovic hangs in the air, and that's passion for you. He injured himself, his right shoulder on day 1 in the match, couldn't play on, and then wasn't used in the second game. There were fears that he would have to be replaced, but luckily he's made a recovery. He's hugely popular. Well, finally, after Stanic reacts very slowly to Kaufmann's shot, the Germans get themselves on the score sheet. It's taken them 7 minutes. Well, it is interesting that they've started with Manojlovic in the centre. He's more of a defence specialist for Serbia. 29 goals in 18 games. He's not hugely experienced either. Plays for Gorenje Velenje in Slovenia. But I think his strength as a defender useful in those situations there where he goes in and puts the block on either for Vujin or Ilic coming in from either side. 1 goal only for him so far in the competition, but as I said, he's more of a setter than a scorer. Stojkovic moves up behind Kaufmann. He's playing on Vujin. Sucks the defenders away on the far side, and it gave a space for Ilic. And Heinevetter's got to calm himself down. I'm not sure it's doing him any good arguing with the referee after every decision. Felt that Nikčević was wasting time in the wing, the 27-year-old from Fuchs Berlin. Well, Germany, no one really knew what to expect of them when they came out here, and when they lost against the Czech Republic, they thought it would be like so many others. They went out in the Olympic Games in the preliminary stages, 10th in the last European Championships, 11 at the World Championships, but they've suddenly come good here. They snuck up on the Macedonians, who led for most of that second game before winning there, and then really got into gear against the Swedes. But here today, Serbia cheered on by a near 20,000 audience. Oh, Glandorf all the way through, penalty, defending inside the area. And that's going to be a yellow card as well. Momir Ilic. There's two now, Beljanski picking one up earlier. They're booing as they realise that Ilic has been yellow carded. Stanic stays focused, the 33-year-old who plays for Metalurg Skopje in Macedonia. And Jesus Guerrero, the EHF official, having his word cut out as well. Oh, saved! Uwe Gensheimer. I'm not sure that Stanic knew too much about it. Straight off his head. If he just put it a little bit higher, he wouldn't have got to it. But those are the knocks that goalkeepers are happy just to take. It's part of the job, I'm afraid. Gensheimer, who's missed 2 from 9 penalties so far. Now it's a yellow card on Germany's side, and I think it's Goetzky. It is. 4-1 then as we come up to 10 minutes played. Heuberger on his feet, the new coach of the German team. Would have been a dream start for him, really, to get the team into the main round with maximum points. When you look at who's below, Poland on 3 points, Denmark now on 2 points after that last gasp win against Macedonia, who are next on 1 point, and Sweden bottom, still only on 1 point after surrendering that huge 11-goal half-time lead against Poland. Talk about a game of 2 very contrasting halves that was. This is the last game of the day, and the crowd hoping that Serbia can pull off a win and really control their fate to go through to the semi-finals. Penalty, defending inside the area. Rogic not too happy, the veteran of 163 internationals. Has a quick word with the referee. He's one of 7 players in the team who were in the World Championship winning side of 2007. So Heinevetta has to face a penalty from Ilic. Committed himself very, very early. He has got this, I can only describe it as an interesting style. He lifts his leg and he's just hanging there for so long, saying, well, if you want to put it there, I'll lift my leg even higher. And Ilic challenges him to that, and he can't. So 5-1 it is, 11 minutes played in this main round match, the opening day of main round matches in Belgrade. And the Germans struggling to get into the game at the moment. Glandorf, Kaufmann goes all the way through. He's got a free throw in the process. He'll come back again, the 29-year-old from Flensburg, having taken Manojlovic all the way in with him. Oh, lovely pass into the line, but good defending by the Serbians, who close instantly. Stojkovic, quick to come and help. Manojlovic, though, picked up a yellow card. It's the 3rd and final one now for the Serbian team. Any further sanctions will have to be 2-minute suspensions. Glandorf, Nikčević comes a long way out. Kaufmann, in the end, in desperation, takes the shot, but it comes to nothing. The ball's come out kindly for the Serbs on the break. And Michael Haas, line player, shakes some life into the Serbian back. Look at him, number 24. Quick shake there, and then lets him go on top of the other defender. Germany have come out without their playmaker Michael Klaus, involved in a car accident in the summer, and then subsequently spat of injuries have made him unavailable. That, coupled with the retirements of Johannes Bitter and left winger Torsten Janssen, has seen a little bit of reorganisation, but mostly familiar faces in the German team. So change now for Serbia. Čutura has come into the playmaker's position, number 25. Stojkovic straying into the area has given possession away now. Germany on the break. Ilic being individually marked, but while the pressure's on at the back, it's given space. Glandorf cuts through. And as soon as Stanic lifted his right leg, Glandorf just had to bounce it next to the standing leg. Now these two teams met. It's a 2-minute suspension, incidentally, for Čutura, who's only been on about a minute and a half. So power play for Germany, maybe a chance to try and close this gap. I was about to say that when these two teams last met in the World Championships 2009 in Croatia, in the main round, it was 35 all. Absolutely nothing in it. Serbia, that has a great tradition in handball, but they never quite managed to capitalise on it in recent years. So ball goes out of play, and it's a throw-in for Germany, said the Norwegian referees. Germany have Thorkauf on the line. Pass in the centre. Kaufmann at left back, Glandorf right back, Wojcicki's the winger on the far side. On this side rather, with Gensheim on the other side. Very close, that was never going to work. Clever play, they instead put it across, unlucky. Comes off the underside of the bar. And stays out, and so the power play doesn't quite work for the Germans. And back comes Serbia. No rush in their play, of course, they are short-handed. And once more, Majnulovic is the playmaker, with Čutura serving out his 2-minute suspension. Ilic, off the corner of the post, stays out though. Germany on the break. 25 seconds before they're back to full strength. They should at least try and probe the Macedonian defence. The wingers very deep to try and give some space. That goes wide, nothing, say the referees, to the frustration of Kaufmann. And back they come. Vukovic must be reasonably happy with the way things are going so far. Low scoring it is, but at least Serbia have started well and kept the initiative. Majnulovic calls the move as Serbia get back to full strength. Stojkovic slots in on the line. Vujin waiting on the far side. Vujin, who plays for Veszprém in Hungary, but is heading for Kiel in Germany next year, where he'll join his Serbian national team captain, Ilic. And Rogic, the tough man there, also getting frustrated, says I took a blow from Ilic and you didn't even spot it. Let's see if it was intentional at least. Well, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. In fairness, he was hanging on to him. I think Ilic was trying to break away. Tries to turn, that's an attacker's foul. Stojkovic turning into Rogic, who placed himself well in defence, and we're midway through the first half. And the scoring's dried up completely here at 5-2. And the team timeout has been called by Martin Heuberger, the German coach. Germany and Serbia top of the group at the moment with maximum points they could bring through from the main round. You only bring through the points with the other the two teams that come through with you. In Germany's case, they qualified ahead of Macedonia and Sweden, while Serbia came in ahead of Poland and Denmark. Staying nice and calm, Heuberger here, although his players, Heinevetter, Rogic and Kaufmann, have been getting very frustrated with the calls. They need to just put that behind them. That's something they don't control. And it's just distracting them at the moment in a match where they know the stakes are high and that the pressure will be very, very strong. I think the referees from Norway are doing fine under the amount of pressure they have from the 20,000 or so Serbian supporters in the arena here.
Nemoj rukama, nogama igraš. Tamo iz dvojke, kad ode lopta, nastavi da se krećeš.
In addition to playing in Germany, Zapko Sisum playing for Rhein-Neckar-Löwen in the German league, the Serbian left back. So he's got quite a few teammates here today. Gensheimer, Rogic, and Goetzky all play with him at club level. While Germany's right wing Sprenger plays together with Illich. It's more like it. Glandorf allowed to stray into the area inside the 9 metre. No one picked him up and he just lets rip. Glandorf has played in 4 World Championships, 2 Europeans and an Olympic game. Very experienced, 144 caps, 514 goals for the right back. Chutura is back in the frame again. Illich, Chutura into the wing. There's not enough space for that shot. They'll come back again, and a bit of shoving going on, and a yellow card for Rogic. I think, yes, it's not Kaufmann. I think Rogic has picked it up. Bit of moisture on the ground. They just need to check that. There is Nikčević with his back to us, who plays for Valladolid in Spain. Played in 2 World Championships. Well, actually, technically 1. He was a reserve player for the Croatian team in 2009 in their home World Championships when they finished 2nd to France. Well intercepted. He's gone out of play, but a bit of a push by Nikčević gives possession to Goetzky. But yeah, Nikčević there, the number 7 we just see, was a reserve and didn't get to play in the end, much to his frustration. And Germany have found something somewhere. Glandorf again breaks through. 3rd goal for him. And Serbia have dried up. They can't find the solutions anymore against Germany. The defence has toughened up. Rogic slaps himself a little bit to get himself in gear. Nikčević, Illich, long range shot goes into Heinevetter, falls kindly on the wing, and Heinevetter tempted to go out, and Prodanovic puts the ball over the top. 2nd goal for him. A bit relieved with that. Ran his fingers back, little broken wrist shot to tease the goalkeeper. 7 minutes without scoring before that, the Serbian team. So Haas, the Göppingen playmaker, trying to tee up Glandorf on the one side, who takes the shot, but it comes off Stanic, goes out for a throw into Germany. They keep possession, Goetzky takes the throw. That's back to the middle, long range shot, that's still free. Very clever play. Goetzky once more gets the ball in 0 angle. He knew he could do nothing with it, but Gensheimer positioned himself as wide as he could without being close to the defence. There's the first shot. Some might be tempted to shoot from there. He knew he couldn't, and Gensheimer moved around, and that's as easy a goal as you could expect him to get. 6-5 then, the scoreline. Gensheimer, who's top scorer for Germany coming into this game with 15 goals, 7 of them penalties. Shot taken. Well, they're under pressure now, and it's almost opportunist shooting. It's not going to help them one little bit. Haas goes through, he's got a free throw. Takes Nikčević with him. And this is developing into a very physical game. It's Kaufmann, in fact, between these two teams. We knew it would be. There's so much at stake here. Stanic, focused as ever, the 33-year-old, who's been called up relatively late to the Serbian team. Only 18 caps, but boy, if they realise they've got a fine there. Quick switch then, Kaufmann in the centre. That's an attacking foul, straight into the defender. Easy decision for the Norwegian referee. Stojkovic holds his ground and stays in front of him, and is bowled over in the process. Well, nothing in it after looking as if Serbia were going to charge away with this at 4-0. The Germans have steadied the ship, and it's settling into A nice close encounter here. Vujin, Ilic, Vujin again. They're losing power at the moment. They're driving in and finding themselves standing at the 6-meter line with no momentum. And another opportunist shot. Heinevetter picks up the ball and looks for Gensheimer, but he overthrows it. Frustration for the 27-year-old from Berlin. Says, yeah, let's keep it calm. I guess he should be listening to his own advice as well with those shots. It was a touch and go with Gensheimer very closely marked. So 6-0 defence, plenty of depth in it for Germany, and when the wingers move out you can see they're shadowed all the way. Bogic tempted to push us right up. Ilic comes in, tries to make a bit of space. Ah, beautiful. Blasted, Stojkovic went across, flattens the defence. The line player's just at the back there, and it takes 2 defenders on him, and that's Ilic's second goal. So 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Germany, who just had a couple of warm-up games the week before the Euro started. Played at home against Hungary. Won in Bremen, lost in Magdeburg, while Serbia have had the perfect build-up, 4 matches. Romania, Macedonia and 2 against the Czech Republic, and they won all of them. They've really peaked at just the right moment. They've had a fair share of injuries, the Serbians, with Marjanovic unavailable and concerns over Nenadic, although he's now been called up. And Manojlovic, the defence specialist, although he's very much in the frame. And also Žarko Sesum had an elbow injury, which just healed in time. But somehow Vukovic has managed to bring it all together just when it counted. Free throw, the foul on Stojkovic. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Čutura, Ilic. Very mobile German defence is working well. Heinevetter saves comfortably, makes it look dramatic. And up comes Glandorf into the wing. Goretzky under the goalkeeper's leg. Beautifully done by the 22-year-old from Rhein-Neckar-Löwen. Comes in to open up the angle as much as he can. And then scores. Well, they've got to get a little bit of long-range shooting going. I wonder if Žarko Sesum could help with a bit of that. Looking to pass it through, doesn't touch any feet on the way through, and Germany have possession. Glandorf goes to shoot, that's got to be a 2-minute suspension. Nikčević pulling the arm from behind. I'd like to say clumsy, but it's not, I'm afraid. That was intentional. And goes off in a strop. You can see it here, pulls him, I can't get him, so I'll hold his arm until he's ready to shoot. So second 2-minute suspension for the Serbian team after the earlier sending off of Čutura. Still Nikčević has words to say for the referee, but that won't bother the Germans who get things underway again. 7 minutes to go then in a power play for Germany, who only trail by 1 now after having gone 4-0 down inside the opening 4 minutes. Germany have brought in Patrik Wienczek on the line in place of Thorkauf. Relative newcomer Wienczek, the number 7, just 9 caps, 10 goals. He plays for Gummersbach. A big line player though, 2 meters tall, 109 kilos. Cut back inside again. Adrian Fahl is at right back now. Oh, you could see that was overdone straight away. Clips the bar, and the Serbians happy to take the ball out nice and slow to try and run down the clock, and Serbia unable to break away. Interesting there, I can just see a kind of a leather necklace around the neck of Stanic. If the referees see that, they'll probably need to ask him to take that off. It's not only dangerous for himself, but if he happens to come out on court and the player gets a hand caught in, that's dangerous for them too. 6 minutes to go. Too many steps, it was. Čutura, and once more Heinevetter getting really worked up, and the referee gets in very quickly and just says, look, calm things down. Rogic always one to wind things up. Chutura takes his fourth step, although he does get a knock in the head there by Sven Søren Kristoffersen, which doesn't help, but he'd already taken his fourth step by then. So changes at the back for Germany as Adrian Fall comes in, and on the line where Patryk Wienczek. And another chance wasted though for the Germans, who are not making particularly good use here of the power play. So Serbia make a change at the back. Ivan Stankovic has come in at right back to try and get a bit of long-range shooting going. Vuyin, who has been shot shy at times, he was at the beginning of the competition. He got going eventually, he's now got 11 goals in the competition, but they're going to try Stankovic there, who plays for Créteil in France. And a team timeout has been called by Vukovic. With the minutes ticking down, he's got one, he may as well use it. If it's not used in the half, it's lost. So he just maybe wants to realign things, having just changed things at the back. So Ivan Stankovic comes in, 30 caps, 58 goals at right back. He will be in for Vuyin. As I said, he plays for Créteil in the French First Division. Only one goal from 5 attempts so far. That said, he has been used sparingly. The passion is there. Serbia are absolutely desperate to step on the podium here at their home European Championships. The first major event hosted by Serbia. They have hosted junior handball championships before, but not at senior level. It's a recording then of the German timeout as play is about to resume on court in the Beogradska Arena in Belgrade. The Group 2 in the main round, that'll get underway tomorrow. They're playing in Novi Sad in the north of the country. Oh, superb. Absolutely brilliant. Toskic started diving even before the ball had gone in his hand. He knew he had to get away from the marker. 2-goal lead for them. Just to let you know, the Group 2 in Novi Sad has Croatia at the top with 4 points, then Spain and Hungary on 3 points apiece, Slovenia on 2 points, and then Iceland and the defending champions, France, 0 points. They've got their work cut out if they want to get into the last 4. Oh, stolen by Nikčević, has gone out. Unlucky for him. He's absolutely fired up at the moment. Nikčević. Look at that. Someone needs to get a good thump and try and get that adrenaline out of him. Oh, underside of the bar and stays out. Second time that's happened for Gensheimer on the wing. So unlucky. And you can see how Stanic leaves his outside leg standing most of the time, because Gensheimer does tend to bounce the ball in looking for the far post. Chutura. German defence pushing really deep at the moment with 3.5 minutes remaining. Ah! I think that took a deflection. Heinevetter sent the wrong way. Ilic will claim it. He takes the shot. And Rogic got his hand in the way and sent it off the other way. Unlucky for Germany. Heinevetter disgusted. Well, it happens. Interesting that the German captain Pascal Hens has also been used incredibly sparingly here. You're beginning to wonder if he's carrying an injury of some kind. Looks for the line. Penalty. Defending inside the area against Patryk Wienczek, the 22-year-old line player. Bundled over, gets the ball there and sent flying. It might have been Prodanovic, it was, who just latched onto him and took him by the shoulders and sent it flying. Uwe Gensheimer then. Scores this time, having missed the last one. And that gets them back to within 2. Second goal for him. Well, Stanic guessed the right way, but just got there a little too slowly. So Toskic having replaced Stojkovic a little earlier. Finding his mark in amongst the German defence, who are pushing very deep all the way up onto Stankovic on the far side. Gensheimer, but he gets away. Stankovic, who tends to drive to the 6-metre line, he's got a good shot on him, but he's one of those who prefers to get into the fight and get up close. It's only his second goal in the competition. Brings up double digits for Serbia, beautifully done. And Germany, we're just talking about him, making only sporadic appearances. Here comes their captain, Pascal Hens, the 31-year-old, 191 caps, 554. Goals scored. Stanic makes another great save. Germany short-handed on a 2-minute suspension. Just confirm who that is in 2 seconds, as the Germans may be forced to rethink their lineup at the back now with that happening. Ilic, he's got space right through Heinevetter. And a 4-1 exchange sees them seize the initiative again after Goretzky got them back to within 1. The gap has opened up to 4. 101 kilometers an hour, the shot by Ilic. And it's Gensheimer who's been sent off for Germany, incidentally. Look at the celebrations there. We're into the last minute. And the Serbs have struck late but taken the initiative. Trying to release the ball across. Nikčević is the front of a 5-1 defence, harassing the back line, stopping free movement of the ball. Prodanovic, they're getting in the thick of it once more. No way through for Hens. 2 meters and 3 tall in the back there, number 2, stands up again. Veteran of 4 World Championships, 3 European Championships and 2 Olympic Games. There he is, the captain, hugely experienced. 554 goals. Quite a record. Heuberger urging them on. They've got 16 seconds here to at least try and pull one back before the break, but at least make sure they don't give time for the Serbians. Double dribble called against him, I guess, or did he touch his foot? Back comes Serbia. They've got a chance now. Was that deliberate? If it is, he's off. 2 minutes. Kristoffersson, is it? No. Dominic Klein. Disgusted. He'd just gone on. The left winger. Well, I'm sorry, but it is Kristoffersson. Actually, Klein was defending him, but quite clearly snaps his legs together to stop the ball going through, and he's picked himself up. A 2-minute suspension, Kristoffersson, the 26-year-old from Berlin. And now a double power play for the Serbians. Surely they can get a goal in. They can! Absolute hammer blow from the captain Ilic, almost on the half-time buzzer. Goal number 5 for him, and it's a 5-goal lead for Serbia at half-time. Germany goes straight off. Look at that, no loitering. Well, they were doing all right at 7-6, and then suddenly it's become 12-7. A 5-1 exchange that's really got them in trouble. They're going to have to come out really hard in the second half, and that kind of a lead for the home nation with 20,000 extra supporters behind them does make it a comfortable lead. Torliande on the right, president of the European Handball Federation, must be delighted with this. Absolutely packed arena in the main round here in Belgrade. And that's Heinevetter's reflections on the first half. Not exactly a shrinking violet when it comes to his emotions. And let's look at the statistics from the first half. And on the field throws, Germany 33% success rate with their shooting is the main problem, 55% for Serbia. And if you look at the top, 29% of the German attacks are succeeding only. That's simply not enough, although they've managed to at least avoid being hit on the break each time. Turnovers roughly the same, 5 Germany, 4 for Serbia. Top scorers Ilic with 5 for Serbia, while Glandorf is the best of the Germans with 3. Gensheimer's got 2. He's missed a penalty as well in the process. and the progression of the game, which has been a very low-scoring first half, dominated by defence, shows long gaps at the bottom there, the red lines where Germany aren't scoring, but equally where Serbia were quiet, and the goalkeeper's doing reasonably well and the defenders too. For Serbia, it's all down the middle at the moment with 2 from 2 on the right wing. That kind of stands out as being the only other beacon. For Germany, well, I'm afraid success rate poor all the way around. Even at point-blank range, it's only 4 from 10 and only 1 goal from each of the wings so far. So at half-time, Serbia leading 12-7 here in Belgrade. We'll take a short break, but join us again for the second half in just a few moments.